The Supreme Court has extended the deadline for final publication of NRC to August 31st. The final NRC list was scheduled to be out on July 31st. However, both the centre and the state government had moved the apex court seeking an extension of deadline in order to bring out an error-free NRC. The top court, meanwhile, refused to give a go-ahead to government request for re-verification of 20% names in border districts and 10% in other districts. And Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, who was present in the court, then requested for at least 5% re-verification, but the court was mum on the issue. However, according to sources, State NRC Coordinator Pratik Hajela pointed out that over 20% had already been done. And now we are being joined over the phone from New Delhi by our Editor-in-Chief, Wasbir Hussain. So Wasbir, deadline extended. Was this on expected lines? And on what grounds has the court extended the deadline?
Well, Pooja, you see, the NRC exercise was at its final stage. The final NRC was supposed to have been published on the 31st of July. In the meantime, in the past fortnight, the government, both the central government and the Assam government, moved the Supreme Court requesting two to three things. One, they requested for an extension of the deadline from July 31st. That was the deadline. They sought an extension. And secondly, they sought a re-verification, 20% re-verification of names which were included in the final draft NRC from bordering areas, that is areas bordering Bangladesh. They wanted 20% re-verification and 10% re-verification elsewhere in the state. So there was these 2 to 3 pleas before the Supreme Court. One was an extension and second re-verification. Today, that was the date that was fixed by the Supreme Court to give the verdict. Supreme Court has extended the deadline from 31st of July to 31st of August because the state government, the NRC authorities also wanted that they have to carry out what they call quality checks to ensure that the NRC is free from errors. But the Supreme Court has absolutely rejected the re-verification claim. And then what has interestingly happened is this is something which is very, very significant and has actually thrown the entire NRC exercise into a huge controversy. Now, the NRC State Coordinator Pratik Hajela, according to sources who were present inside the court, said that Pratik Hajela was asked his views about the re-verification before the court rejected the government's plea because Pratik Hajela was considered as a court officer, not as a representative of the Assam government. Now, Pratik Hajela said that re-verification has already been done. In fact, he said that 27% re-verification has been done. Therefore, the government's plea for a re-verification has actually fallen flat because the state coordinator of the NRC had told the court that 27% re-verification has already been done during the process of updation of the NRC. During the process of updation of the NRC after the draft rules had been published on 31st of December last year. Now, the big question is the Chief Minister's legal advisor, Mr. Santanu Bharali, has lambasted the state NRC authorities. In fact, he has directly taken Pratik Hajela, the state coordinator's name, and said that this is absolutely, he was surprised to hear Pratik Hajela telling the court that 27% re-verification had already been done. Then Mr. Santanu Bharali, the Chief Minister, Assam Chief Minister's legal advisor, asked the question as to why, if the re-verification 27% had already been done, why was the people of Assam not informed about this? And in fact, Santanu Bharali, the Chief Minister's legal advisor, went to the extent of saying that he had come to know about the re-verification only when the state coordinator gave this statement before the Supreme Court. So this has the potential to land this entire exercise into a huge controversy. Now we have to wait and watch as to how the state coordinator responds and what he has to say on this.
Northeast Live, Wasbir Hussain is in Delhi monitoring every development of this big story, and he's getting us all the updates on this big story. And meanwhile, we are getting some reactions on the NRC, so let's listen in.
Homer NRC Pokriyar, the Mul, the Daito Jagdia, who is a state coordinator, Mr. Pratik Hajela. Tekete Azi, Teketer reporter, Enuka Hana Ulaise, that Tekete Zikini Kota Koise Koto, Enuka Hise, Ezono Bangladeshi Nam, NRC Fumuana. ড্ৰাফ্ট NRCত সোমোৱা নাই ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰৰ কথাখিনি এনেকুৱা লাগিছে যেন অসমত আৰু এতিয়া বৰ্তমান চিন্তা কৰিব লগা একো বিষয় নহয় ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰৰ মতে যে ৰিভেৰিফিকেশ্যন কৰাৰ কোনো দৰকাৰ নাই অলৰেডি তেখেতে 27% ৰিভেৰিফিকেশ্যন কৰিছে ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰৰ মতে এনেকুৱা হ'ল যে অসমত এতিয়া চিন্তা কৰিব লগা বিষয় একো নাই NRCত এজনো বাংলাদেশী নাম সোমোৱা নাই সেইকাৰণে ৰিভেৰিফিকেশ্যন আৰু কৰিব নালাগে যিটো ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে কোৰ্টক ক'লে আৰু কোৰ্টে ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰৰ কথাখিনি বিশ্বাসত লৈ কোৰ্টে কৈছে যে ৰিভেৰিফিকেশ্যনটো দৰকাৰ নাই আৰু এনে 100%, 20% আৰু 10% এতিয়া একোৰে দৰকাৰ নাই কাৰণ ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে সুপ্ৰিম কোৰ্টক জনাইছে যে অসমৰ ৰাইজে কোৰ্টে চিন্তা কৰিব নালাগে এজনো বাংলাদেশী নাম NRCত সোমোৱা নাই কাৰণ তেখেতে মই ৰিভেৰিফিকেশ্যন অলৰেডি 27% কৰি থৈছোঁ মানে এইটো হ'ল যে ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে আশ্বাস দিছে কোৰ্টত যে 27% ৰিভেৰিফিকেশ্যন যিহেতু তেখেতে কৰিছে এজনো বাংলাদেশী নাম সোমোৱা নাই একো চিন্তা কৰিব নালাগে তাৰপিছত কোৰ্টে সেইকাৰণে কোৰ্টে তেখেতৰ কথাটো শুনিয়ে কোৰ্টে ক'লে যে ৰিভেৰিফিকেশ্যনৰ কোনো দৰকাৰ নাই আৰু ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে 1 মাহ সময় বিচাৰিছে আকৌ কোৰ্টে 1 মাহ সময় দিছে ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে দুটা ইছ্যু আনিছে ইয়াতে সেই বিষয় দুটাৰ ওপৰত 7 আগষ্টৰ ভিতৰত ষ্টেক হোল্ডাৰ আমি যিখিনি আছোঁ আমাক ৰিপ্ৰেজেণ্টেশ্যনটো দিব দিছে এতিয়া ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে এতিয়ালৈ জনোৱা নাই কি ইছ্যু কিন্তু বন্ধ খামত দিছে কিন্তু ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে সেই বিষয় দুটা পাব্লিক হিয়াৰিঙত জনাব আৰু ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে পাব্লিক হিয়াৰিঙত জনোৱাৰ পিছত তাৰপিছত আমি 7 তাৰিখে জমা দিম আৰু আজি হিয়াৰিংটোত আমি এইটোৱে বুজি পালোঁ যে ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে সুপ্ৰিম কোৰ্টক এটা আশ্বাস দিছে যে এজনো বাংলাদেশী নাম সোমোৱা নাই তেখেতে 27%ৰ যিটো ৰিভেৰিফিকেশ্যন কৰিছে তেখেত মানে ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰ আৰু সেইটোৰ কাৰণে তেখেতে ষ্টেট কোঅৰ্ডিনেটৰে নিজে কোৰ্টক কৈছে ৰিভেৰিফিকেশ্যন আৰু নালাগে